is like this thing is like this, but they don't want to wake up. They are still sleeping. You understand? They are still sleeping. Look at Ododuwa today. They have wake up. Where is the sad people? Where are they? If they are sharing money now, they say sad people, you people should come and take. Everybody will be coming out to come and take. But now we are talking about let's come together, let's work together as one with the sad, the 6 states. You understand? We are talking about the 6 states. Now we should come together and work together. This is not trying to against anybody, because the way Nigeria is now, everywhere is all of them, they are confused. We don't even know where they are going. We don't know where they are coming from. So this is the time for us. This is the time for us to come together. This is the time for us to work hand to hand. This is the time for us to come as brothers and sisters. Do you understand? This video that I'm trying to play is not working. I don't know, maybe it's network. This woman that is talking here is Calabar woman. Just listen to what he says.
Good morning. My name is Ann Kubrick. And 9.9 FM, the greatest radio station in River State, Garden City radio station. The station resides in and you are listening to Niger Delta. Today is the 24th of June. It's a Wednesday, as usual. And this is our time together, as usual, and we thank God for that. Some people went to bed yesterday and they didn't wake up. We went to bed and we're awake. So we must give God all the glory. And the fact that we continue to have this interaction, we continue to be able to broadcast, is also by the grace of God. And we give him all of the glory. And we're broadcasting, of course, from River State, Port Harcourt, the capital city. The city, the state that feeds the nation. Whether the people who are feeding off the nation like it or not, it is the treasure base of the nation. Very soon it will be the treasure base of a river state by the grace of God. And you and I will benefit, will grow, will develop, and great and wonderful things will happen. And we will continue to give God the glory. All right. So much has happened, and will happen, that we continue to pray that it will be all to the glory of God. In River State, for our benefit in the Niger Delta region. Now today, I'm coming up. It's not as if it's a new word. It's not a new word. It's an old word. But it is a word that really just states very clearly, just states who we are, who the indigenous people of this region, these 6 states, who the indigenous people are from time immemorial. Even though the colonial government, the colonial empire came, the Portuguese came before King Leopold, who is the most human being to have lived when it comes to black people, when it comes to Africans, especially when it comes to Africans around the center of Africa and towards the west of Africa. Now, these are our historical facts. The fact that these things are no longer taught in our schools. It's a shame, but it has also misguided, misrepresented, misinformed our youth. And so our youth, even if the people who went to school after 1970, through no fault of their own, are misguided, because the facts that is being used by people, by governments, by politicians, by wannabe politicians, all kinds of people are misguiding our people. Wikipedia. Wikipedia is a recent source of information. Google is a recent source of information. The original sources of information are dotted across universities in the world. In the United Kingdom, it's in universities like Oxford, in Cambridge, in the places where they keep their details, as long as they have kept records. And so records exist, not by Wikipedia alone or by Google. Google and Wikipedia are also getting these facts that dates back to 12 something, 13 something, 14, 15, 16. All these facts are coming from the original source of the people that kept the records, and they are accessible. Unfortunately, they are accessible and people are using them wrongly. Now, the word I want us to concentrate on today is called braised. Braised. Braised is B-R-A-C-E-D. That's braised. That's the word braised. That word braised is made up by our own people, not by Lugard, not by Fulani people, not by anybody else, but by the people of the states I have just mentioned. Now, B is for Bayelsa, R is for Rivers State, A is for Akwa Ibom, C is for Cross River, E is for Edo State, and D.
Do you know why I'm playing this video? I want you people to see it, because many people, they have been saying that they are from Biafra. This woman that is talking is for Calabar State. You understand? So all those are our people where they carry brain, they not grants, where they never still wake up for their sleep. Now make me they play this video so that you will hear.
Is for Delta State. Now, how did this word come about? This word came about from the governors that were governing, that came into power, came into being after Abacha died and after the elections. And who are these? Who are these states?
Here.
The states are Bayelsa, Rivers, Akwa Ibom, Cross River, Edo State, and Delta. If you take the first word from all these states I have just mentioned, there are 6. And when you take each word, it spells braised. Braised. Bayelsa at that time was governed by Alamesia. River State, the late great Governor General of Ijaw Nation, Alamesia. River State was governed by Dr. Sir Peter Odili. Akwa Ibom was governed by Victor Atta. Cross River was governed by Donald Duke. Edo State was governed by Ibenidion, and Delta State was governed by Ibori. These are all sons of Niger Delta states. These 6 states are the states. If you say South-South, these are the 6 states. If you say Niger Delta, these are the 6 states. If you say Braced, these are the 6 states. My people, if you're from Bayelsa, you know your ethnic nationality. If you're from River State, you know which of the ethnic nationalities you belong to. Sometimes maybe your mom may be from one of the ethnic nationalities in River State, your dad may be one of the ethnic nationalities in River State, or your mom and your dad may come from one of the ethnic nationalities in River State. You are a Rivers man, you are from a particular ethnic nationality. The same goes for Akwa Ibom and Cross River and Edo and Delta. Don't let anybody tell you anything else, please. Now, I came to hear about the stories of how we relocated to our present day location. So those history is there. We don't need Wikipedia. We existed before Wikipedia. Abonima, that is also called Inyemoni, have existed before Wikipedia ever came. Anybody that wants to change your history, it is you that will allow them to change your history and your location. Abonima was eventually where it is today. Wikipedia time. Before that time, Abonima was in, Kalabari people were in another place. Those stories and historical facts are for some other time. But I just want to set the pace that I know who I am, I know where I am from, I speak my language, I speak Kalabari language very fluently, I write it, I read it. There is nobody who is going to come and teach me my history. I will not allow it. If you want somebody to teach you your history, you're welcome to it. You take what you get. I know my history. Now, what is going on all over the world today is a change. A change. And from what is happening now, you can see very clearly as a people that when you want changes, you have to make those, you have to make them happen. And if you don't make them happen, you have nobody else to blame but yourself. But you must make those changes. The reason why I am bringing up Brace Commission today, or the word brace, because the governors came about it after they had already formed the Governors Forum. The Governors Forum is, first it was Nigerian Governors Forum, then some people created Northern Governors Forum, then Southern Governors Forum, that forum, and the Braced Commission was born actually out of the fact that these states are one region. So whichever way you look at it, these 6 states are one region. And I've maintained that I am not a politician because I can function as a politician within the type of politics that is played in Nigeria. That's not politics. Politics is service. So I am not a politician, but I am interested in what politicians do in my name, in my state, in my region, and as they claim, for me. In the past, how many years now since Abacha died and Obasanjo came along, already we have evolved in terms of fighting. We have evolved to the point where eventually God stepped in and Abacha died at the time that God had appointed for him to die, and he died. But he died in the midst of Nigerians all over the world, and all over Nigeria were clamoring for change. That change was that Abacha must go. And then there were still some people from our states, our region, that were clamoring that Abacha can stay. So you see, at every step of the way, when a people that are oppressed need a change, there are people will not want that change, but there are people who will want that change, stand with that change, buy that change, and sadly may even die while fighting for that change. Now, before NDDC came into being, before Obasanjo, under pressure, created NDC, there was already something called UMPADEC that was created during Abacha's time, that was headed by A.K. Hosford. And then, of course, the Petroleum Trust Fund, that was also headed by the now President, General Buhari. He was retired General Buhari at that time. So the fact today that from the top in NNPC or Ministry or whatever is controlled from the top to the bottom by people that today Buhari believes are better than every other Nigerian. They come from a particular place, and they are better than any other people from any other religion because they are all from a particular religion. Now, before took place, the strategy has already been in place and it have already been implemented. What is happening today is that our people are reacting. Is today now our people are waking up and going to court. It's fine. But what court? Who is the person? Who is the chief judge? Who is the head of this, the head of that within the judiciary? But it must be on record. We must have it on record that our people are beginning to go to court. So that when we take it to the next level, we will be able to say and make a recall and make a reference that we went to court. Now, I am restricting myself to Bayelsa, Rivers, Akwa Ibom, Cross River, Edo, and not claiming to speak for any of these states. I am claiming to be speaking to the ethnic nationalities, the indigenous peoples of these states, not any other states, not any other region. Geography tells us that in each country there is north, there is south, there is west, and there is east. And if you want to go in between, you can now call it south, southwest, or west, south, whatever it is. But it never stopped to amaze me that before independence, the regions were created, that north was a region, west was a region, and east was a region, but there was no south region. And the south is exactly where these states are. Bayelsa, what is today Bayelsa State, which was part of Rivers State when Rivers State was first created, and then Akwa Ibom State, Cross River State, Edo State, and Delta State. If you look at Nigeria from north, west, east, and south, when the regions were created, we, these people, these 6 states, were ignored because we are the south. We're ignored. You can't have west and have north and have east and not have south. So does it mean that Nigeria, when the white man drew this map, that everybody is now redrawing for their own claims and reasons, that the south of Nigeria didn't exist? And now and they now, instead of answering that question, Nigeria was now divided into north and south. So what happens to west and what happens to east? No. Let's begin to tell ourselves the truth and stand for the truth. We are north, south, east, west. That is what we are. The creation of states have bastardized the different ethnic and indigenous nationalities. Today, if people in Delta State, or even in River State, let me call River State, want to break up River State, it is their right to choose to break it up in whatever way they want to break it up. Because we have indigenous people in River State. We have different ethnic nationalities. But if River State want to live together as a state with all the indigenous people in River State, that will be their choice to make. And so far, it looks like we have made that choice and we're living with that choice. We have accepted that River State is a state and that only the people who are inside River State, the indigenous people, are people of River State. That you live and work in River State does not make you a Rivers man. That I live in Kaduna does not make me a Kaduna person. It makes me a Nigerian, yes. It makes me a Rivers person who is living and working in Kaduna. It doesn't matter whether I've lived there for 50 years and I was and I have given birth there or not. I still have a state of origin. My state of origin is River State. Let's stop all this nonsense and hold on to what we have, what is our own. The plan before this time did not include us as equals. The plan was a plan between the colonizers, the British Empire, plus the people they chose to work with, who have their own idea of what they will do and what they were promised, in my analysis and by history, of what they can and cannot do in Nigeria. That some people will govern Nigeria forever and some people will not. When these plans were being made, the only economic consideration was palm kernel, palm produce, rubber, and all of that. Now, by the grace of God, oil and gas was found. I say by the grace of God because God put it there. And God is not a God of confusion, he's not a God of evil. There are other little gods that are gods of confusion and gods of evil, not the living God that I serve. Now, when he put that oil and gas there, he didn't put it there as a means for us to suffer. It's good, so he put it there for us as a means to use and utilize. Number one, the fact that some wickedness and evil came into it is not God's fault. The fact that we as a people today have allowed it to go on is not the fault of God. You have Niger Delta men and women that are slightly involved in a level of oil, crude oil and gas, have blinded our people. They cannot see that what they are involved in, and I don't care who the person is, if you're a Niger Delta man and you don't have an oil well, you can't say you're doing oil business. You're not. If you're not the one controlling the oil wells in your state, if you're not, and if you're the one that is doing pipeline protection, you can't say that you are doing oil business. The concept of oil pipeline protection it was not an original idea by the Yaradua government at that time. It was a suggestion that was made to them. I and Q Briggs made that suggestion. When the question was asked, why is Bayelsa calm? Why is Delta State calm? And why is I said, in Bayelsa State, it is calm because the governor is relating with the people in Bayelsa State. Delta State is calm because Odwanga is relating with the people in Delta State. River State is uncalm because the governor, Rotimi Amechi, refuses to relate with the people in River State. That is why. And so the suggestion was accepted that pipeline protection should be given to the people that they claim are busting the pipelines. People who know that I'm telling the truth. So I will leave it at that. So if your involvement in oil and gas is that you're a partner, a 5% partner in an oil allocation that has been given to somebody, a retired general or a traditional ruler that is not from Niger Delta, if that is your level of involvement in oil and gas, please, my brothers and sisters, what you're doing is bending down to pick the crumbs that has fallen off from the table that is actually your own table. Yes, that is the reality. We must begin to tell ourselves the truth. We want change, we no go agree. 2 days ago, I saw some Rivers youths. Some Rivers youth. Heart was broken. They were threatening to burn down River State for a political party. A political party run by Northerners, where the people making the final decisions are not even Niger Delta people. Look at the way that the people from the Niger Delta region in that political party are arguing and destroying themselves on radio, on TV, everywhere, and threatening River State youths, threatening to burn down River State because of a political party that is run by people who are nowhere near River State, who are nowhere near Edo State, who are nowhere near Bayelsa State, Akwa Ibom State, Cross River State, Delta State. These people are sitting pretty in their states. And then youths are threatening to burn their because of political party. Who are the... what is good? If it is a curse, I break it in the name of curse. Because this ordinary eye. This cannot be ordinary eye. It cannot be. 2023 is coming. People are preparing for presidency and preparing River State sons and daughters to kill themselves so that somebody will win presidential election that will not even one road in anywhere in River State. And people are prepared to destroy River State. And yet, instead of us to gather and riverine, there is a dichotomy. If we want to save River State, if we want to scatter it by ethnic nationality, let's agree. If we want to keep it together as a state that we love and want to protect, let us also agree. Let us agree. There is Ogoni, there is Ikwere, there is please, if I don't mention your ethnic nationality, I've said this before, send me an inbox. Because it doesn't matter if you're 10 people. If you're not from Ogoni, you're not from Ogoni. If you're not from Ijo, you're not from Ijo. Even our own Ijo, our own is even worse. Because we are organized by zone and by clan. Wakrike is Ijo. Some people don't know that Opobo is Ijo. We are Ijo people. But we are clans. Kalabari people, Ijo people. We are clans. Buguma clan, Bakana clan, this one, but we're Kalabari people. That is who we are. Who is that person that wants to come from wherever you want to come from? With what map? With what name? You want to come and change who? Who do you want to come and change? I'm from Abonima. My father is from Abonima. I'm not married into the Briggs family. I am born into the Briggs family. Even in the Briggs family, we were big. We have so many Briggs. In Bob Manuel like that, in Jack, is it not time that Abonima people come together and unite for the good of you have APC Abonima, PDP Abonima. So how can you bring good to Abonima? Then one man will come from, leave his community and come to you in Abonima. Remember before this 19, I met an Abonima son, and if he's hearing me, he knows who he is. Issue of this thing, auntie, this thing that you're doing, that you're supporting Wike, that we must have a riverine governor. We must have I told him, I say, come. When you say Ijo governor, is it only one people? If you say Ijo governor, is it only Wakrike? When you say Ijo governor, is it only Bonny? It's the whole Ijo people that we're talking about. So I don't care. Let Ijo people bring somebody. When Wike came out to be governor, how many Ikwere people bought? How many? What is this problem? Your head. Now in River State, instead of whether you're Ogonio, whether you're Epeyeo, whether you're Egio, whether you're Elemeo, whether you are Hudao, anything, Ijo, any ethnic nationality that you are, whether you're Ikwere, why can't all the traditional leaders, the women leaders, the youth leaders, the politicians, the professors, everybody come together and begin to look for the right thing. For God's sake. And we have Riverine. There was a time that J.T. Spiff was an Ijaw man. At that time, in Rivers State, he was appointed governor. My late leader and father, Okilo, before Biafra, before Bayelsa was created out of Rivers State.